A quick high level on orchestration. Really quick. Doing anything at scale demands automation. There's no way you can individually manage tens or hundreds of nodes and hundreds or thousands of containers, billions if you Google. You need help. Something that's gonna self-heal and do smooth updates and rollbacks and stuff. Well, Swarm and Kubernetes do all of that. So in the Docker world, we start out with a Swarm cluster. We know all about those. A bunch of Docker nodes clustered together as a kind of pool. Once we've got this, we can deploy applications onto it. Here Swarm, go run my app for me. And we can be declarative. So, here Swarm, run my app for me. Oh, and while you're at it, make sure there's always 4 containers supporting the web front end. Cheers. And it deploys the app and records the desired state of 4 web front end containers. And that's the app running. But things break, right? And Swarm and Kubernetes know this. So, they're constantly observing the cluster, and anytime the actual state diverges from the desired state, maybe a node's failed and we've dropped from 4 web front ends to 3, well, Swarm and Kubernetes step in and self-heal. Now, there's other stuff like balancing the work across the cluster and rolling updates and stuff, but we've got a whole module on this coming up, so that's enough for now. Let's have a quick module recap. Okay, a quick refresher. Swarm is integral to the future of Docker. But there's 2 main aspects to it. There's the secure clustering, and then there's the orchestration. And while both are important, I think the secure clustering is what is integral to the future of Docker. Because on the orchestration side, it looks for everything like Kubernetes is dominating. So, on the clustering side, we add nodes as managers and workers. Managers are in charge of the cluster and they make all of the control plane decisions. Workers, they do all of the application legwork. Great. Well, we build a cluster with a simple Docker Swarm in it. And thrown in for free, we get a boatload of security stuff. Stuff that used to be so hard, we rarely bothered actually doing it. But in Swarm, it's the opposite. All the security stuff is just configured out of the box. A root CA, mutual TLS, an encrypted store, certificate rotation, secure join tokens, all the good stuff. And it's all built with that single command. Well, adding more nodes is another simple command. So we can literally go from 0 to secure cluster in way less than 60 seconds. Then once we've got the cluster, we're ready to rock and roll with app deployments. In that space, we can go with native Swarm or Kubernetes, and we'll talk about them in more detail in a later module. Coming up next though, we're going to look at container networking.